and welcome to Life with Jacqui Krystal. I'm Jacqui Krystal, and life is L.Y.F.E, love you forever, or as I like to see it, it's living your fullest evolution. And what happens in this segment is I bring forward a guest who gives me an indication of an area of interest that we share my opinion with. What's happening is I'm intuiting the information as I go with it, so I'm actually unsure of what the question is before I get asked it. And today I have Francine. So Francine, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Jacqui.
Yeah, great to have you here. I'm going to hand it over to you insofar as like the question you might have, and then we'll go forward, and people can take whatever they need from the conversation that you and I had.
Okay, great, thank you. My question today is about how to find the family harmony through separation or after separation.
Okay, it can be a very tricky question because you've got so many different dynamics within that, obviously. And for people within family, we're normally saying that there are children involved. So is that pertinent to your question? Yeah. Okay. All right. So if you're going, a lot of people will be very protective about their kids' responses. And I know in separations, a lot of adults are very considerate of how will their children take the separation itself. So what is quite important within it, yes, to consider children, but mostly to consider yourself in the engagement of all decisions. Because ultimately, if you're happy, the children are going to learn how to be happy through self-choice, and you're actually educating them at a larger level that, even though you have to be considerate, of course, like you may have an ultra-sensitive one or someone very bonded to, say, the mum and the dad, and you have to work through that. But ultimately, if you're being self-sacrificial in any decisions to do with separation, you're not going to have harmony post that situation, because there's not harmony in that situation. Harmony comes from internal workings, comes from decisions made for self ultimately, and then letting the flow of that unfold. So is that making sense for you?
Yeah.
Great. Is there anything else that you want to ask in relation to that, or anything differently?
Yeah, that's just come up. I guess that's what you hold on to is the guilt. So how to help release that guilt that's tied with that.
Absolutely. I mean, again, guilt features in different ways. Like it can be, again, through that situation. What are you really guilty of? Are you guilty of choosing yourself, which is mostly what happens? Guilty of having to make the decision. But if you can bring your truth and your alignment to the fact that you only ever had the interest, because parents do, the interest of their children at heart, and yet you still had to make crunch decisions, because being an adult you make crunch decisions. What part of you needs to attach to anything other than the beauty of that, the alignment of that, and you in goodness, and all of us subscribe to this, whether it be in this situation or just guilt generally. Where does it come from? It's someone else's expectations, someone else's idealisms. It's not your own. So if you're attaching to someone else's life and you're living their life at some level, then you're not living your own, and of course you're going to have some emotional disturbances where you don't need to. Yeah. So is that assisting within that? Yeah. So really it's just recognizing you are doing the best you possibly can in that situation, and trusting, that's the next level to it, that the universe has aligned everyone's best interest in the situation, even if you can't see it. Faith plays a huge, it does, doesn't it? Guilt, faith, you could interchange those two. But really wonderful questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else for today?
No, that's it. Thanks, Jacqui. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure. And I'm hoping you guys have gleaned something for yourselves out there, or maybe even for someone around you. But thank you for joining both of us today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.